so much. This is Slimpossilble Season 5. My name is Lillian Mulikanen, and thank you so much for your time. I want to just take you back to what's been going on in recent weeks. We started off with 21 contestants, and tonight we have 6 finalists that will be gracing our runway. Our theme this evening is African, where, remember, our contestants were dressed in African print a couple of weeks back. But like we always say, they've lost weight, and we want to see whether what the judges have been telling them has been put into use. We want to see what their new style is, and our judges will be looking at the trends that will be displayed on the runway shortly. Of course, the biggest loser on Slimpossilble Season 5 once again taking home a cash prize of 1 million Kenya shillings. It is an exciting show this evening because this is the final studio show. Next week, we unveil Kenya's newest millionaire at a grand finale, a glamorous red carpet event at the Boma Hotel right here in Nairobi. It's definitely a show you don't want to miss. The hashtag is Slimpossilble5. Talk to us on Twitter. Do you want to attend this event? Let us know why we should invite you. Many thanks to our sponsors this season: Karen Hospital, Samsung, Boma Hotel, New Line Travel Limited, Ashley's, Couture Africa, Bush Blazers, and Resolution Health. Of course, we've been working with the Fashion Watch panel, and they've been guiding our contestants along the way on this style. And a lot of you have been saying you've seen massive improvement in the way our contestants have been dressing. Let me introduce our Fashion Watch panel to you, starting with Robert Burale, image consultant and motivational speaker. He'll be telling us exactly where he was last week, since we don't know. We all don't know where he disappeared to, but we're glad to have Robert back in studio. And of course, with us is celebrated fashion stylist Annabelle Onyango. She's also a blogger, and she's been working with our contestants this season. Ian Bogwa, he's a thespian, he's a moderator, MC Tasker Project fame judge, and of course Carol Odero, award-winning and top fashion journalist in East Africa. Very glad to have the Fashion Watch panel with us in studio, and of course just crossing over to our other experts that we've been working with this season, starting of course with Lina Njoroge, total lifestyle change nutritionist. She's been telling our contestants calorie matters, looking at them and their trends, and just guiding them on a healthy eating plan. Also with us is Henry Sunday. He's a fitness expert from the Boma Hotel, and he'll be telling us more about what it takes to lose kilos of up to 16 kilos. We've seen our contestants shed up to 16 kilos, and we'll be talking to him as the show continues. Also with us is Olive Gashara. She's an image consultant, and she's been working with our contestants as well. Well, last week Angeline won a dinner voucher from the Boma Hotel, and she had lunch at the Boma's Tembo restaurant right here in Nairobi with her son. And the Tembo restaurant at the Boma offers fusion of cuisine from continental to African, with an a la carte menu that boasts fresh, seasonal and organic dishes. I'm just getting hungry talking about that. And of course the Tembo Bistro is open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So that is the Boma Tembo restaurant, and that is Angeline there. Her date for that particular meal was her son, and as you can see right there, she's placing her order, and the Tembo restaurant is open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and it is a place you need to visit, and that was of course a gift courtesy of the Boma Hotel. Angeline of course has been very consistent. She has made it to the final 6, and look at that, what a meal. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So this is the penultimate stage. Of course, these are the semi-finals. 6 contestants have made it this far out of the 21. Tonight's theme is African wear, and our judges are looking at their style. Of course, this will determine at the end of the day just who takes the top prize, together with, of course, the cumulative weight loss. And I want to cross over to our judges, starting with Robert. And Robert, you constantly have told us every week repeatedly from when Slimpossilble Season 5 started that who you are on the outside reflects who you are on the inside. So tonight we want to put Robert to the test, and we want to see if he practices what he preaches. DJ CrossFit, you know what you need to do. Robert, stand up and show us a move. Bust a move, Robert. Bust a move. That is Robert's punishment for bailing out on us last week. Robert, where were you? And secondly, okay, yeah, you actually know your stuff. Yes, who you are on the outside reflects who you are on the inside. Robert is a fantastic dancer. So Robert, apart from where you were last week, what are your expectations? This, of course, is the penultimate stage, and contestants that have made it this far are only 6. Next week, a new millionaire is born right here at Citizen TV. What are your thoughts?
First and foremost, I must say I missed you all. I think Lillian sent you a message, but my iPhone had no charge, so and I forgot my Samsung at home. But I sent you a message with my Samsung, and I think you just didn't get the message on time. But I was caught up somewhere, I was delayed, and I absolutely missed the girls, I missed the viewers, and well, what am I expecting this week? The girls have been consistent in upping up the game, and I think getting to the finals now, a week to the finals, I expect the A game to be brought, and today I think we're in for a very, very big treat. And ladies, just know we are holding no punches, because you are a week away to 1 million shillings. We're going to hit it straight and hard. Thank you.
Robert is panting. I just, you know, it's not easy. I mean, these guys sit here and they tell the contestants every day, do this, do this, do this. But then, of course, you know, no pun intended. Thank you for that, Robert. Annabelle is sweet and consistent and kind, so I will not pull any stunts.
Thank God.
Annabelle, what are you looking at tonight? Of course, we're repeating this African theme wear. So what are your expectations tonight, even as the contestants grace the runway?
Oh my goodness, it's almost over. We are down to the wire. The girls have been consistently good the last couple of weeks. We've been so proud of them. But we remember that the last time that we did African wear, it was a little dismal. Like, it wasn't pretty. No pun intended. So, I mean, after, you know, we're down to the last 6. The girls have lost weight. We've seen them, like, the smiles have come out. Last African wear, everybody was really down and nervous and low and anxious. So now we expect a complete turnaround. Big smiles, lots of confidence, and really great clothes.
Okay. Thank you for that, Annabelle. And Ian, final 6, and I know you've judged competitions before, so nerves are likely to be all over the place at this point. What words do you have for our final 6 as we go to the final next week? What would you tell them?
I'd just ask them to relax. Relax. If you've been following everything you've been told in terms of what you need to do to lose weight, what you need to do to look smarter, then you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You should be proud. Don't let the nerves get in the way.
Okay, thank you for that, Ian. And finally, Carol, for the plus-size woman who is watching at home, what would you like to share with them in terms of just what style for them should mean? Because you know, from the beginning, and just looking at our contestants and where they started and where they are now, they were very conservative before, but of course, coming from your guidance and what you guys have been telling them, we've seen a lot of growth. So what should the take home be for the plus size woman that's been watching our contestants up to now?
Well, the rules when it comes to style, well, they're pretty much universal regardless of your size. If you're a plus size woman, you just pay attention to the same things. You pay attention to details, you pay attention to the fit of the bust, the hips and the waist. You pay attention to your underwear. You have to pay attention to the things that touch on, you know, the specifics of your femininity. Don't try to force trends. If you know something doesn't fit or look good on you, don't force it. There's some trends that look good on women who are slimmer, but if you find a way to reincarnate a trend or to make it more of a classic, then that translates into style, as opposed to trying to copy something the way it is, which is more of fashion. So just find a place where you're easy and comfortable. And like Ian said, just relax.
Okay.
It's never that serious, really.
All right, thank you for that. And of course, just introducing once again, very proud to be with our resident DJ here on Slimpossilble, DJ Crossfade. Thank you so much, DJ Crossfade, for the great work you've been doing. And let's get the show started now. Of course, our final theme on Slimpossilble Season 5 is African wear. And after 11 weeks of losing weight, and of course, getting guidance from Lean and Njoroge, fashion tips from Olive, and a serious workout from fitness guru Henry Sunday, we want to see how different our contestants look at week 11. And first up among our finalists is Angeline Kinyanjui. Alright, and that is Angeline Kinyanjui. Now I want to bring your attention, judges, to what Angeline Kinyanjui wore during the previous African theme show. Let's take a look. Alright, and there we go, Angeline. That was Angeline a couple of weeks back. And of course, this is Angeline now. Thank you for that. And up next is Caroline Kibet.
Sile yalikula akavimba kaja toto mzuri aleta na yule jamaa mwenye mahela akaniacha na njaa mwenye mata.
And this is Caroline Kibet. Today, let's take a look at what she wore a couple of weeks back. Okay, thank you for that. And remember, viewers, our contestants are dressing themselves at this point. No professional help whatsoever, just bearing in mind what the judges have been guiding them. And up next is Claire and Jerry.
Yeah, sure. Sile yalikula akavimba kaja toto mzuri aleta na yule jamaa mwenye mahela akaniacha na njaa.
Claire and Jerry at the 11th week. Remember, Claire and Jerry survived elimination by a whisker. And there you go, judges. That is Claire a couple of weeks back when she wore the African wear. And this is her today. Thank you, Claire. And up next is Elizabeth, a child. Elizabeth, a child, you look great. Let's take a look at what Elizabeth wore a couple of weeks back when she dressed in African print, African wear. That's what Elizabeth wore, and this is what she wore tonight. The hashtag is Slimpossilble5. Thank you, Elizabeth. Please take a seat. Up next, Janet Akinyi, aka Das.
Enjoy. You call it that way.
And that is Das. Let's take a look at what Das wore previously. All right, that was her look. And this is her look tonight. And we're embracing African print this evening. Step out in your bold African print and wear it proudly. Thank you, Das. And last but not least is Rosalita.
Kidudu gani usiyetulia, una maneno machafu watupakazia. Kidudu gani usiyetulia, una maneno machafu watupakazia. Imefika siku yako ya kusimuliwa maisha yako ya nyuma yalipo.
And remember, if you're watching us from the coast, Rosalita is representing from Mombasa. The hashtag is Slimpossilble5. Talk to us, and that is Rosalita tonight. Let's take a look at what Rosalita wore back then. All right, that is Rosalita a couple of weeks back, and this is Rosalita's look tonight. Thank you for that, dear. All right. So the top six wearing African wear. What are your thoughts? The hashtag is Slimpossilble5. SMS us on 22422. Let us know what you think. Let me cross over to you, Robert Burale. Your thoughts?
First and foremost, I must commend all the ladies for an amazing job. When I look in a branding way, is that there's inner confidence, even the way they walk, the way they carry themselves. I must give you 11 over 10, and you need to give yourself a pat on the back. But I would like to point out, of course, a child. For me, I think she's brought it home very well. Why do I say that? Is that she's dressed her body well, and I loved the grace in which she walked in. It shows you are comfortable within yourself and how you're dressed, and I must give you a pat on the back. And I also must a special mention to the smiling assassin, Kibet Caroline. I love the way you opened up, I don't know what you call it, and you gave us time to enjoy, and then you brought us back in. It says a lot. And as I always say, you are addressed by the way you are dressed. So kudos to all of you.
Okay, thank you for that. Annabelle, your thoughts?
Addressed by the way you're dressed. That's an oldie but a goodie, hey? The girls look incredible today. We told you guys to bring it last week, and you literally brought it this week. You all look stunning. unfortunately, I can only shout out about 3 girls. So I would like to shout out my favorite consistently is Caroline Chabet, number 3. Now the reason why I like you, I don't think you're my favorite this week, but the reason why I love this outfit is because she comes out first with this traditional looking Maasai outfit, and I was like, oh, that's a really literal interpretation of Maasai. And then she removes her shroud and she has this very modern, cinched at the waist, beautiful earth-toned outfit that's really, you can wear that on the street, I thought. So you really changed my mind. You look really gorgeous. I'd also like to talk about, Rosalita. Rosalita, who you get so much attention, girl, every week because of that infectious attitude that you have. But today, like, you just, you look so regal, and you have this comportment about you that's so, I don't know, every time we notice you because of how you are. And today you've done the sort of Swahili interpretation of the trend, which I think is, you know, a really great way to stand out from everywhere else. And I love her little pops of bling. Great. But I have to say that my favorite this week is number 12, Janet. And Janet, like, you know what? You look really superb this week. In the comparison of what she wore last week, she also wore a similar silhouette. You had the fishtail. So clearly you've understood that this is a silhouette that works for you, and you've been consistent with it. But this week what you've done is that you've been really polished about it. And I love the way that you picked these gorgeous earth tones with the panel in the front, and she's accessorized it with these gorgeous statement necklace and bangles, and she looks literally like, she looks like a superstar to me. She looks great. So you are my favorite, Janet.
Okay, thank you for that, Annabelle. And of course, crossing over now to Judge Ian, your thoughts?
I love, just like Annabelle, I love Rosalinda. I love the way she's done the makeup and the accessories, and the black and the purple. They really go really, really well. But my favorite as well is Janet, number 12. Yes.
Okay.
Right from the hair, makeup, accessories, comfortable shoes. Yes, that's. I would go to dinner with you.
Okay. And of course, Carol, what did you think about tonight's look?
Well, I am actually hard-pressed to pick a particular 2 people. You know, first of all, when I usually hear African or I hear Kenyan, I'm curious to see what the interpretation is. So I wonder, is someone going to come with a Kikoi? Is there going to be Kanga? Is someone going to get something that's actually Kenyan and bring it here, and how will they interpret it? So that's why my favorite is actually Caroline. You know, I love that you brought this traditional outfit and you brought it out in the open. I know we have a Kenyan dress and we are supposed to wear it, but nobody ever really does. This is the closest to that interpretation there is. And what I love about your look is that it can actually act as formal wear. You know, this is something you can meet dignitaries with, heads of state. It's something you can go with for a wedding. It's very versatile, you know, as much as it is traditional. So it can translate across different cultures. And when you walk into a room, someone knows it's actually telling people where you come from. So I love that. And my other favorite is number 2, Angelique. I like this because I was comparing the previous African print and this, and you're actually showing more skin. You're actually more confident. And you know, when a woman is showing off more skin, you can definitely tell something is happening. There's a transformation and there's a journey that you're going through. When you're opening up and showing people more of who you are, it also comes out in how you dress. You know, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Ladies, you look stunning. Congratulations. Of course, we're embracing African wear this evening. What are your thoughts? Talk to us. Hashtag Slimpossilble5. Let's take a look at the week that was.
during the workout period, it's very important to always consider stretching as part of your workout. So today we have Angela going to show you some 1-2 stretches. Angela, downward facing dog. Good. You see the position she is in, downward facing dog. It's very important that you stretch. You stretch your legs. You're also stretching your shoulder muscles. Good. Upward facing dog. Good. Let's go. She's now stretching the back. It's very important after workouts that you stretch your back and you ensure that you move out of here without back pains. Huh? Good. Let's go mountain pose. Mountain pose. Good. Reach up, straight up. Nice. These stretches, breathe in. Also when you're stretching, ensure that you open up your hair passage. Ensure that you get enough air. Fall forward. Stretching your lower back. Good. Downward facing dog. Nice. Warrior 1. Warrior 1. Yeah, good, 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 good. You're going to stretch your leg there. You have your quadriceps there. You're stretching. And also, reach forward. Nice, thank you. You're stretching your back. You're stretching your leg muscles, your calves. Good. So, yeah. So it's very important that when you are doing exercise, after every exercise, you ensure that you stretch. You relieve muscle aches, and also you calm yourself down.
Well, the show today was absolutely amazing. Thanks to Lillian, she has made me dance on national TV. And in that regard, I'm inviting you to Church House of Grace on Sunday. We are going to dance to some serious praise. So Lillian, please take up that offer. I love Kibet. Kibet, the smiling assassin. She carries herself very well. And of course, number 12 also dressed very well, and a child. So for me, number 1 was Kibet. And I think the ladies are they're in their best, they're in their element. So next week we expect an amazing show. Boma Hotel is the place to be next week. I think the place is going to go down very, very well. But we had a great time, all in all, today. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So good today. We're down to the wire. The girls have completely brought it. Loved it. They really showed up. They're showing confidence. You know, like, I think we're going to be harsher now as a panel because it's the last day, and there's really nothing to be harsh about. Like, I literally had almost no criticism. It was hard to pick, but my favorites were number 3, Caroline Chabet, who I love. I've been loving her. She brings it every single week consistently. She had that Maasai traditional thing on, and I thought it was a little too sort of literal, and then she removed that shroud, and she had on this beautiful beaded leather outfit. She looked gorgeous. And my favorite, though, was number 12, Janet. I don't think I've ever, like, shouted her out for the show. She had that fishtail dress in those earthy tones with that panel, that basic panel, and she had that beautiful brass statement necklace with those statement bangles, and she put it together so beautifully. She looked so elegant, and she is the one to watch, I think. Thank you.
Very good. Compared to when they first came, and their makeup was all over the place and their clothes were rather not really nice. They've made great improvements. My favorite today was Janet, number 12, the way she was dressed, from the way, just the way she looked from head to toe. Her hair was very well done, her makeup lovely, and then she accessorized, and her dress was very elegant.
Well, today's show was very interesting because you can see how far the contestants have come and the confidence that they have and how much more beautiful they feel, and even how they accessorize. You can see that they're paying more attention to how they feel and how they look rather than just having it be something that's part of the contest. My favorite were definitely Angelique and Caroline. Angelique, because you can see how she's grown in terms of confidence. Before she was very covered up and she was very, very shy, but now she's come out and she's blossoming and she's definitely feeling like a woman, and it shows. And I love Caroline because, well, you know, the whole traditional aspect of wearing African wear, people usually dismiss it, and she's found a way to translate that, something that would otherwise be very formal, into something that is versatile. And at the same time, you can see that she's enjoying the journey. She's making it, losing weight and getting dressed, she's making it all a fun process. It's not something that's torturous to her. She's enjoying it, and I love that. Yeah, cool.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Great feedback coming our way from you. The hashtag is Slimpossilble5. And remember, you can also talk to us on 22422. 6 finalists on Slimpossilble Season 5. This is the penultimate show, because next week a millionaire will be unveiled. The biggest loser walks away 1 million shillings richer. And who will that be? Well, let's take a look at their progress. And I want to start with Angeline Kinyanjui. Angeline, your starting weight on Slimpossilble was 118.5. That is 11 weeks ago. And last week when we weighed you, you weighed 100.3. Please step on the weighing scale. Tonight, you weigh 98.9. Cumulatively, Angeline, you have lost 19.6 kilos. Good job. Up next is Caroline Kibet. And Caroline Kibet, your starting weight on Slimpossilble Season 5, 105.6. And last week when we weighed you, you weighed 89.3. Please step on the weighing scale, Caroline. Tonight you weigh 89.2. So you've just lost a little bit of a gram there, but cumulatively 16.4 kilos lost. Next, Claire and Jerry. Claire and Jerry's starting weight was 98. Last week when we weighed Claire, she weighed 86.3. Please step on the weighing scale. From 86.3 last week, this week you weigh 87.1. So she's put on a bit of weight there. Cumulatively, 10.9 kilos lost. Remember, ladies, don't get discouraged. Anything could happen in this competition. There is no obvious winner. Come on, Elizabeth Achayo, there's no obvious winner at this point. 156.2 was Elizabeth's starting weight. And last week, Elizabeth, you weighed 138.3. So far, you have cumulatively lost 17.9 kilos, Elizabeth. Let's see your progress at this week. And this week, you weigh 134. Is that correct? 134. 22 kgs lost. She weighs 134. She's also put on a little bit of weight. She has lost 22 kilos cumulatively though. Good job. Next is Janet Akinyi. And Janet Akinyi's starting weight 156.5. That is Janet Akinyi's starting weight. And last week, Janet, you weighed 134.1. Please step on the weighing scale. Janet, cumulatively, you've lost 22.4 kilos in the 11 weeks you've been in the challenge. And this week, you weigh 133.2, meaning, yes, you've lost weight, 23.3 cumulatively. And last but not least, Rosalita Achieng joined Slimpossilble weighing 122.1. And as of last week, she weighed 104.6. Cumulatively, Rosalita, as of last week, you had lost 17.5 kilos. Let's take a look at your progress. Please step on the weighing scale. And Rosalita, tonight you weigh 103.1. You've lost weight. Cumulatively, Cumulatively, she has lost 19 kgs. All right. So those are the numbers that are being registered on the weighing scale. Remember, we are at the semi-finals, and I'll be talking to the contestants in a bit, so don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for staying with Citizen Weekend. This is Slimpossilble Season 5. I want to talk to our final 6 contestants. It's been a long journey. Starting from 21 of them, only 6 remain tonight competing for the cash prize of 1 million Kenya shillings. I want to cross over to Angeline. Angeline, tell us about your journey on Slimpossilble, the highlights for you, the lows. What have you gained out of this?
Slimpossilble, a sickly person. I was suffering from asthma for a very long time. It was difficult even to walk, even to do stairs, and even to do my house chores. But the journey through Slimpossilble has transformed me. I'm able to do my exercises for the 2 hours that we do every day. I'm able to do my house chores. Even my family can testify that I've become a better wife, I've become a better mother, and even don't use your imagination, please. So, so everything is happening well. I like the journey. I like the transformation. More so, I like the confidence and the control that this program has given me. I'm confident, I know I can do it, I know I can control my diet, I can control my portions, I like it, and my self-esteem has been raised notches high.
Okay, thank you for that, Angeline. Remember, Angeline has lost cumulatively at least 18 kilos in the 11 weeks that she's been on the challenge. Tonight, her weight loss registered at 19.6 cumulative weight loss. We celebrate you, Angeline. Congratulations. I want to move now to Caroline Kibet. Caroline, all right, before I speak to Caroline Kibet, let's take a look at some before images of Angeline.
All along, it has been discovering myself. It has been discovering that I can work out. It has been discovering that working out is not a preserve of the fit, but it is something that you have to work out day in, day out for you to become health-wise fit. If I won the 1 million shillings, definitely I would invest.
Caroline Kibet, another of our final 6. Caroline has consistently been the favorite of the judges in terms of her style, her confidence, her smile. Caroline, talk to us about your journey on Slimpossilble. Of course, tonight Kibet was weighing 89.3. And we want to hear from you, Caroline, what your journey has been like. What is your biggest achievement, do you feel, out of being on Slimpossilble?
Okay, my journey at Slimpossilble has been good. I can say I'm confident right now. I can do a lot of exercises. I can even run, really run. I used to run kidogo and then I feel like I'm almost collapsing. But now I can manage. I can do a lot of exercises, a lot of jumping jacks. They used to tell us jumping jacks 10 and then you do 2 and you're like, I'm done. But now I'm good. I'm healthy and I feel light, and I can do most of the exercises. Also my food, I can control my food. I can even go to town and see the chips and the cookies and feel like I'm not taking it. And my portions, I can watch my portions, and also I can control my diet. I can plan my meal now. I know what to take. In a day, I'll know I'll take how many calories I need, or how many calories I need in my body, so I don't have to overeat like I used to eat, portions ya watu watano at once. So now I'm good.
Okay. And you wanted to compete with your husband. How has that gone? How has that been? Because when you joined the challenge, you said you wanted to compete with your hubby. Tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. For me, it's good. For him now, it's hard because he's in Dubai and he's training alone. Nobody, like, you know, it's not like in a challenge like I am. But he's doing good. At least he's lost 5 kgs up to now, which I say thanks to him.
Thank you for that, Caroline. And let me move to Claire and Jerry. Yeah, before we talk to Claire and Jerry, let's take a look at what Caroline's journey has been like.
When I started, it was so tough, especially the exercises were so hard. But at least now I can manage, I can do many of the exercises without any problem. My word of encouragement to my fellow contestants is, let's be strong, let's do this even after the competition. We don't give up or lose hope, or we don't go back to ourselves.
And before I talk to Claire and Jerry, let's take a look at what she had to say.
I never ever thought it would be possible to lose even 1 kilogram a week, leave alone a month. And I am over the moon with just how much weight I've lost so far and how it has changed my life. What I'll take home with me from this competition are the things that I've learned, just about the total lifestyle change, whether it is with my diet or exercise.
Claire, talk to us about, you know, Slimpossilble is coming to an end next week. Is this something that will be a consistent for you? Is this part of your lifestyle? Now, can you confidently say that you'll be able to keep up with what you've learned in the academy?
Definitely, it will be a lot of lessons I've carried, that I have learned so far, I'll carry along with me. One of the things that I noticed is that the challenge was actually on my mind. Before I came here, just trying to even psych myself up to start exercising was like next to impossible. But joining Slimpossilble gave me that extra push. It gave me that, you know, the impetus to start, you know, the challenge, and seeing that it's actually possible. Because once you realize in your mind that it is possible, then there's nothing that can stop you. Also realizing that I was not competing against the other 20, I was actually competing against myself. Just when I go to bed, or if I have to wake up in the morning, I'm not waking up with 20 other people. I have to convince myself and give myself a reason to wake up and come for the workouts. And that is what Slimpossilble has done for me. And I also would like to let the viewers know that it is possible. Just psych your mind up and the rest will follow.
Thank you for that, Claire. And the next contestant we're going to be hearing from is Elizabeth Achai. And before we talk to her, let's take a look at what she's been up to.
God is faithful. I'm happy I'm here. It's not been easy, but through His grace, I managed to be one of the finalists. The hard part is having to leave the foods that you like, junk. I used to junk a lot, but at least I've learned something. I cannot junk just anyhowly. I choose my food wisely. My fridge is stocked up with healthy foods.
Elizabeth, that's very encouraging what you've just said. Share with us, Elizabeth, what were some of the low moments for you before you joined Slimpossilble? What is it that you felt that was a nightmare in terms of just what you were going through? And just, of course, tell us the highlight of you being in this particular challenge so far.
My really low moments were when I'm walking down the street and somebody's just looking at you, not even just looking, staring. That was exasperating for me. I really thought, I am not supposed to be like this, I'm not supposed to be in this body, and that made me avoid being in a group of people. I loved staying alone, being alone, doing everything alone. But this has been a life-changing journey for me. I didn't even know I'll fit in this group. Actually, I was looking at first, I wanted to fit, But I told myself it is just for me. I have to do it. I've never been a small girl, but I just have to do it this time round and try and see what works for me. And I thank God for this opportunity. Really, this is the best opportunity. I made the right decision. And Lillian, it's a promise. I'm not going back. I want to be small, leaner. By the time I was thinking by December I'll be 120 kgs, but maybe it will happen. But by the time you're hitting the finals, I don't know if that is possible. But I'd love to go back to maybe below 100 kgs. I'll be great because I'm feeling good. I can bend and tie my own shoes. I used to wake up people in the house in the morning if I want to leave for work. I wake everybody up. Whoever will wake up first is going to tie my shoe. But right now I'm not doing that. I'm not disturbing anybody. I'm tying my own shoes and doing so much. And I've changed my eating. Yesterday I tested myself. I went to Pizza Inn and I ordered salad. I felt really like a queen. It was so divine. Yeah.
Good, well said, Elizabeth, and congratulations. I mean, the stories here are very, very, very inspiring. And if you're watching at home, you know, just borrowing from what Claire, Elizabeth, what Angeline has said, what Carol has said, it is possible, it can be done, and they're doing it. I want to now cross over to the next contestant, that is Janet Akinyi, and let's listen into what she had to say.
Well, my plans with the money, in case I get the money, I have kids, I have to take them to school, at least I have something. And I have some businesses also. My take home is portions. I'll be watching my portions. I'll be very careful on my portions. And my parting shot is, it's possible living a healthy life.
Okay, and let me talk to you, Das. Of course, you've talked to us a lot over the weeks, so we pretty much know your story. But I want to hear from you. If you were to win that 1 million Kenya shillings today, what would be your plan for that money?
Thank you so much. Of course, first I'll tithe. Second, as I've just said, I have kids. I'm sure I'll have school fees for them, and the rest for my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Janet, talk to us about, I mean, we're going to the final now, and a lot of people, the question that we like to ask our contestants is this going to be consistent? Is this something that you're going to be able to keep up with? Because ours is to begin the journey, and for you, the rest is up to you. Share with us.
Sure, I will. As I had already told my instructor, Henry, come next year, March, I'll be below 100. I'll keep on doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good,
Thank you.
Good, Das, and congratulations. We wish you all the best. And let me cross over now to Rosalita. Let's listen into what Rosalita had to say.
Through the Slimpossilble challenge and through Citizen Television, I adopted to the life of Nairobi, whereby it's a world whereby you have to be fast in whatever you are doing. Not the slow life we have in Mombasa, but I do believe that I'll carry it back home. There have been some highs and lows. That is, on the second week I almost gave up. But I said, God, you know the reason as to why you brought me here.
Rosalita, talk to us. What is your target weight? What do you want to weigh? And what is your ideal weight? And number two, if you win that 1 million Kenya shillings next Friday, what is your plan for it?
Praise God. It's through God's will I'm here. You know what happened in the morning now. My plans for the money, first of all, these lips. I've always dreamt of having the best lips. They are good, but the coloration I don't like. I've got that pigment which doesn't look good. So everybody in Nairobi, like when I joined Slimpossilble, they kept on pissing me off. Wear lipstick, ama tutatembea nawe. Wear lipstick, ama tutatembea nawe. I didn't like it. So if I win the money, the first thing, a tenth of it will go to church, and then the other one, I've gone through internet, like surgery in India, it's fair price. Like they can do the lip surgery And then the rest of the change, I'll just go to school here in Kenya. We have the best universities. I want to study fashion. As you can see, my creativity, you know me now. And then the rest of the money, nazaanza comedy kiasi. I bring up some comedians. You know I'm a comic.
Okay, thank you for that, Rosalita. Rosalita always really makes me laugh. And I want to cross over now to our judges in the academy, starting with Lina. Lina, the parameters, of course, very important. What will determine who? I mean, I think people think there's an obvious winner right now, but in this competition, we say there is no obvious winner, at least not at this stage. Lina, what parameters are you guys, as the academy, looking at to determine who will take the cash home?
It's very important to know that as much as we do the weights here, we do a comprehensive nutrition assessment. We do the weights, we do height, we do BMI. That is what categorizes how much the person is carrying weight. And then we do the waist circumference. That determines how fat is distributed in the body. And then we do body fat percentage. It shows us how much fat you're carrying. Out of your total weight, how much fat are you carrying? And then we also measure the muscle mass. This is important because sometimes if somebody is starving themselves, they are not eating well, they will lose muscle, which is, you're not supposed to be losing muscle, you're supposed to be losing fat. So we measure all that. We also measure cholesterol, and that is the total cholesterol. And that shows us how you're responding to the diet. We measure the hemoglobin levels. That helps us to know if the person is anemic. We measure other things like the dietary assessment and blood pressure, and those are the things that are going to help us determine. So it's not only the weight. So the percentage of all that, will help us to know who's going to be the winner. So it's not the person necessarily who has lost the most weight. It's a combination of all those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So contestants, you've had Lina. At this stage, please do not try and use any shortcuts, because that could actually stand in between you and that 1 million Kenya shillings. That could take away that title for you as Slimpossilble Season 5 Queen. So keep at it, whatever you've been doing at the gym. If anything, relax, because at this stage, anything you do could actually affect whether or not you will take that cash prize home. Let me cross over to you, Henry. I want to talk to you about the rush, the last minute rush, and the do's and the don'ts. Of course, from what we've been seeing on the weighing scale this evening, some of our contestants have put on a gram or two. What are your thoughts? What are the do's and don'ts?
Well, it's good to start with the program that we do, because most of the time that the program we organize, we usually target the high twitch muscle fiber. The high twitch muscle fiber will assist us to basically increase your metabolic rate in terms of fat burning. And then once that is developed over like the first 4 weeks, because that is the time that we expect most of the participants to lose most of their weight. And then after that, because of the fitness level as well, that means that you have to really work extra hard to lose an extra weight. I mean, to lose a kg, an extra kilo. So basically what we usually do is we make sure that we push you, especially with fitness and nutrition, push you for the first 4 weeks, make sure at least you lose the maximum that you can, and then after that, now we make sure at least because your fitness level has gone up, we try to push you to a threshold where you can now be losing the extra kilos as you keep moving. The other thing I'd like to say is you find that mostly in a competition, people, because of the water weight in the body, people feel that they can lose more. And then now towards the end of the competition, once they become the finalists, now they kind of try to push themselves further. So that will lead to muscle fatigue. And with muscle fatigue, basically now you actually don't lose more weight. So you tend now to start slugging down at times to even add weight.
Okay.
Because it pushes the body now to a point where instead of now burning the fat, you're burning the muscle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, contestants, I hope that you have factored that as well. And finally, Olive, we're looking at the final 6, and of course I want you to talk to them about these new figures that they've embraced. I mean, they've got their wardrobe, which is, I mean, and it is expensive to just have to now just get rid of all the clothes in that wardrobe. I can't even imagine having to get rid of all my clothes and having to start shopping all over again because I've got a new body. So give our contestants tips on going forward, their style and what they step out in. What are some of the tips that you can give them that will not put a dent in their pockets in as far as their new figures and of course them wanting to dress their bodies beautifully?
I think the most important thing is first finding out what your new size is. In fact, we're with the contestants backstage just now, finding out what their new bra sizes are, what their new dress sizes are, because, and some of them have dropped 2-3 sizes, you know, from being at 28 to now at 22, which is really exciting for them. So even when they go shopping, they know exactly what they're looking for. Because in most cases, when you're shopping, you tend to get used or to fall into a pattern. So once you get to know your new body shape, you're able to understand, and we've been working with them through the months, through the last 11 weeks, to understand their body shapes and what colors complement their skin tone and how to dress, so that when they go shopping, it's even that much more effective. And hopefully before the finale, we intend to do an exciting exercise where they can swap clothes as well, because some of them have become smaller, so that means their bigger clothes can fit other people, so that way they don't have to spend as much shopping. So yeah, it's about knowing yourself, which I think they've been able to do now by now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, Olive. 6 contestants remain to compete for 1 million shillings. Remember, you too can be part of that grand finale. That is on Friday, live, coming to you from the Boma Hotel. So talk to us. The number is 22422, or you could talk to us on #Slimpossilble5. Would you like to be part of the grand finale? Write to us and tell us why you should get that ticket to attend that red carpet event. 6 finalists: Angeline, Carol, Claire, Das, Elizabeth, and of course Rosalida. They have made it to the final 6. It's very exciting. Of course, 1 million Kenya shillings. That is the top prize, including a host of other goodies, a lot of surprises coming right before Christmas, and of course Santa Claus will be coming with his bag full of goodies for our final 6. Thank you so much for watching. That is Slimpossilble Season 5. Keep it Citizen TV. Next week we're coming to you live from the Boma. It's a show you don't want to miss. Good night.
Twende chini, ukitoka shikilia chini, wena miaka 80 ama 40, kata kiuno kama una mashini, ni sisi tena meja na machizi, combination utachizi, weka manzipo mani peleke misini, ule dema kona micro mini, anakubamba piga Kiswahili, kama umekwama fanya hivi, nyongwa, 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 nyongwa. I said who got the biggest appetite for Kenya ladies? Physical, I'm at the track, it's your boy Mad Trizzy. I'm a super crazy guy, you could talk na hii.
Said the eye, the jummy, 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 jummy. I said the eye, the jummy, 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 jummy. Jina ni Matrizi, aka Mwenda Mchizi. Chama weni manzi, unakatika hivi. Juu kwa simiti, ingine juu ya kiti. Unazungusha tu, ukienda chini. Unaniangalia na kurushia mbili. Na kuguza haka, unasikia dhiti. Wacha haraka, vuta chini mini. Ukifika home, takupiga mi. Nitakupiga mi. Anza kwa kitanda, tumalize kwa ki. Nitakupiga mi. Nitakupiga mi. Anza kwa kitanda tumalize kwa ki. Manze hiyo ni fiti.
Chini kwa chini, chini kwa chini, chini kwa chini.
Ndio mchezo wa kisasa.
Juu kwa juu, juu kwa juu, juu kwa juu.
Ndio mchezo wa kisasa.
Chini kwa chini, chini kwa chini, chini kwa chini.
Ndio mchezo wa kisasa.
Nyongwa, 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 nyongo